If you missed it, the news reported that Durk was being released on bond following a conversation with his father. With this in mind, on his third try, his attorneys made him an offer. It was too good to turn down.
Just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
Thus, the judge's decision-making process lasted for days. Durk was simply too wealthy, so his bond would be rejected. According to the news, Durk would need to declare bankruptcy. They have ordered him to surrender all of his belongings and be released on bond because they are concerned that he would use his wealth to pressure witnesses.
No bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is, under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
The federal government believes that Durk will punish those who have mistreated him if he is free, but it appears that he has already done so now. Durk's friend Glee, who was present on his first day, died in Chicago last night, and a comment went viral. It said, Has anyone gotten in touch with Durk since Jam discovered him? In the months since Jam was exposed as a spy on DJ Vlad's show, he has vanished from sight. And other gang members are dying.
Guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in a
everyone in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he fled.
At the time, stories stated that F members had discovered Jam hidden in a crib outside of Atlanta. As punishment for snitching on Durk, Jam offered the authorities a picture of the house where he was hiding, but since then, no one has heard from him, the sources said. While at Crosses, they are currently searching through 230 gigabytes of digital material for clues, including 20,000 pages of reports, audio recordings, and video surveillance. They may prosecute Durk with 2 more murders for hire, however, based on the evidence they discovered. According to the story, Durk allegedly paid for these 2 individuals to deal with number 1, Stephen Mack. Durk's brother Dang was placed in second place. Durk learned that Jam had a wire around his neck and his baby mama passed away. According to the feds, Jam holds the key to Durk's imprisonment for all 3 counts. Speaking into his jacket during this Instagram live, Jam looks as though he is wearing a wire.
Hey, give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. Hey. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I was having a dare. Architect. I'm having a dare. Schools out of town.
Durk understood that for months prior to his imprisonment, Jam had been exhibiting odd behavior, as Durk had been playing 3D chess since the beginning. He assumed Jam would do the same.
See shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
According to Durk, he no longer shares any information about it with his pal.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids. Cause it's like, I'm just a different type. I'm not the, we can have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the, you gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta, everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
You must remember that Durk provided a $50,000 contribution to the same person, the Jam, a few years ago.
What's the name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the milk so baby mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Just buy what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof,
bro got out what?
You know that
How many you did all?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah, that's your latest bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really was just getting in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
After discovering that the same individuals who had taken Lil Pab were also involved in their Gem being trip with King Von, the feds began looking into every member of the live feed.
We just looked at him.
Let's go over there. What up, bro? Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man just stepped in.
Nevertheless, they provided the judge with more proof that Durk had murdered Stephen Mack for pay, such as this Instagram tale that was shared just 30 minutes after Stephen Mack's death, and that accompanied Durk's amused Instagram live the following day.
What? Tweak on the folks. Hey, somebody always said, slap a car. Somebody always said, slap a car.
Durk was turned down for bond, according to a widely circulated tweet. You are ignorant of this case if you believe Durk's wealth deprived him of bail. To surprise Durk's lawyers, they are keeping it a secret rather than revealing it to the public, as Dre's brother actually just learned everything. Nonetheless, the new TED body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk and F members has raised concerns. According to the evidence files, modified this example. Despite the lengthy period it took for Durk's attorneys to provide documentation on their bond agreement, the question of what did Ted say to the feds remains. As FDDA's brother, Ted was also Durk's primary man, and he had a revolver in his pants pocket when he was arrested by the police at a convenience shop.
Really?
Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
Ted would admit to the authorities that he was crying as they escorted him to the police station. I vow I'll tell you all about the killing.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Ted is seen crying uncontrollably while he waits to be put in a holding cell. He is desperate to share what he knows with others.
Hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, all right?
We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
It's interesting, though, that Ted's last name, which is also his brother Duzwa's, included in the court documents, leading many to wonder the accusation of snitching by King Van's cousin Vonyi forced Durk's best buddy, Bazoo to settle the matter after D was discovered snitching when it was.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real, for real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Vonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. On my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
Uncertainty abounds. Though, as even DJ Academic mentioned, TF Phony allegedly snitching.
When you see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out his co-defendant OTF Vonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, you know, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, you know, maybe jumped the maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
Durk still has a chance to be unincarcerated because the prosecution is destroying its own evidence.
The allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
Durk's lyrics are no longer admissible against him by the prosecution. Drew, Durk's attorney, stated the charges are unfounded.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this
content. Interview 11:05-11:52. But Drew remarked they want to go the distance. A plea bargain won't be accepted by Durk's team.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen, like, this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's gonna be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
The sole reason Durk's attorneys are taking these actions is to delay filing a First Amendment lawsuit.
First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records, and there are pop records, and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is bad.
7, given Durk's apparent progress. Internet lawyers are even predicting that he will be released from prison, just like young.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you know, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, and it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here, because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
But as one lawyer noted, prosecutors' problem is that they have no idea what rap culture is.
And I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip-hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. You know, sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened, where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use.
Was revealed following Brick Baby's arrest that prosecutors postponed Durk's bond release in order to obtain evidence against him at the last minute for the court appearance, proving that the feds are aware that musicians frequently have connections to one another. In the courtroom, rumors of a new snitch are spreading as Loose Little Ubrick Cannon and others were hauled into custody, just 1 week before Brick Baby's arrest became public. During the gang raid, Brick Baby was caught. Lawyers fear that he would turn against Durk due to the fact that both arrests took place simultaneously. Attorneys think the federal Brick Baby will have to give up everything for Durk to succeed. You can't say Durk never slid for Vaughn because they got Pap. He said in a live stream 3 years ago when the federal government first asked Durk for M for hire because of Brick.
Was this an attempted hit? Or
You can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
that.
Like, who died? You can't say that no more. Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pop.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that? But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
But did you know Brick Baby didn't say anything better? With reference to Durk's verse, the authorities told me that they had acquired an ATTI and the address, and brought it up in relation to Brick Baby, claiming that he would have provided Quando Rondo's location if Durk had...
Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had to ask me, I probably would have been coke if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd something.
Right.
But did you know Brick Baby didn't say anything better? With reference to Durk's verse, the authorities told me that they had acquired an ATTI and the address. What if Durk had asked where Quando Rondo was?